we speak. Bang on. I don't know how to turn this on because it's obviously not programmed in right. Anyway, let's see. Never did this one before. Excuse me, we're on. Hi, it's Bernie Slayton here. Thanks for joining me on Facebook and YouTube Live. And thanks as always to the sponsors, Dovecot, GRS Insulation, Ultimate Windows, Galaxy Blinds, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Advanced Utility Solution, Cornerstone, Ocean Lighting, and TGM Cars. Before I talk about last night and the team or whatever, tonight's games, I just jotted a few down. I watched an early one of them and then I came away from it. Watched the Man United game, again 3-up, ended up 3-3. Watched a bit of the Leeds game with our opponents on Saturday. But the games tonight in the Championship, Southampton, they beat Bristol 1-0. Blackburn 4-2 against Birmingham. Leeds United beat Swansea quite comfortable. Sheffield 3-1. Sheffield Wednesday was 1 each. Sheffield Wednesday scored a late goal. Ipswich, who are flying, 3-1 against the Millwall. We're sitting 10th, 3 points off top 6, 7 points off bottom 6. So it depends what way you look at it. I like to be level and balanced in my opinion, but 3 points off top 6. So we're still sitting pretty. We need to get there into January and then hopefully 1, 2 or 3 new additions boost morale, confidence and get us climbing up that table into that top 6 and stay there for the duration. The game last night, when I heard the team, and I don't know where you've been, you must have been in Mars or something if you don't know last night's team. There was a few changes. There was no Hackney and no Fry. That was the biggest surprises. I watched the game on Saturday. Hackney was in the game, didn't look injured, didn't come off looking as if he was injured. Neither did Fry. I thought Fry had a difficult afternoon on Saturday, but both were missing. Then it came out, one had the hamstring, one had the groin, whatever. But they were missing. So Deng starting goal. Banguera was full back along with Dick Steele, McNair and Van den Berg played the centre-back roles. Rogers, Beleza, House and Jones. And then there was Crooksey and Latte-Laff up front. On the bench was Glover, Clark, Gilbert, Silvera, Coburn, Coulson, Greenwood, McCabe and Cartwright. So a couple of young lads in there. I expected to bounce back after Bristol. I mean, Bristol was majorly disappointing. I stressed that in the lives after the game on Saturday. I was expecting us to bounce back. I didn't expect us to score 4. I didn't expect us to keep a clean sheet after chipping 3 in against an average Bristol team. But the goals were terrific. Isaiah Jones, I thought was poor Saturday, was terrific last night. Scored 2 fine goals. First one, great ball played through. He turned, placed it past the keeper. The next one, he dinked over the advancing keeper. And then he could have scored a hat-trick, similar position, 1-1. I thought he was going to dink it again. He hesitated. Keeper saved it. And then he got taken off. I think he's on 4 cards or whatever. If he got another card, he could probably get suspended. So probably Carrick's looked at that and thought, do you know what, I'm taking you off. But I like to see guys when they've got 2 goals. I like to see them getting the match ball and the hat-trick. Maybe we're cash strapped. Maybe we can't afford the ball. That's what happened to Maddie. They used to hope you didn't get a hat-trick so they didn't have to give you a ball. But Steve McClaren used to do it regular. Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Matt Viduka, Big Yakubu, when they were on 2, off you come. I never see Messi or Ronaldo ever getting taken off. They've got bungalows, they've got millions of space in the 20-bedroom mansion, 50-bedroom mansion full of balls. They don't get taken off. But I get it last night, but as I say, the McClaren days, they didn't want any player individual to override the result. And I don't quite get that. Obviously, McClaren never scored any goals. And yeah. Anyway, Leeds, obviously Saturday's opponents. They've not lost since the new manager came in at home. So Saturday's going to be a difficult game. There's no doubt in that. I mean, I made my debut against Leeds United in '85. That was my very first game in England. It's a tough old place to go to. They were demonstrating. Eddie Gray, who's a Leeds United legend from the same council estate as me in Glasgow, he had just been sacked. I wasn't aware of this at the time, but he'd just been sacked and there was a real hostile atmosphere. And I played against a guy, Neil Aspin, who became my mate when I went to Portvale. I mean, he just kicked lumps at me for the duration of that game. I just remember him just kicking me more than the ball. I thought, well, half what he is. He ended up my mate and teammate at Port Vale, and he was a very good defender. I see Yannick Bolasie has moved, was it Turkey, was it? He's come back and he's joined Swansea alone. Come off the bench tonight. Didn't really get into it, but I'm a big fan of Yannick Bolasie. Warnock brought him to Middlesbrough, him and Cabano. I thought 2 of them did very well. They were exciting, entertaining, direct. Well, he's back in England, so he might be playing against us when we meet up against him. Anyway, we'll go to, I'll get on with it now rather than me chanting. I'll read the ones that I've missed. Sorry, I've still got texts or whatever to read. So Andrew Benson, I thought it was George Benson, Give Me the Night. The older viewers will get who George Benson is. Great singer, soul singer. Evening Bernie, hope you're doing well. I'm Andrew, hope you're doing well. Are you worried about the amount of injuries? Something about training going wrong? Well, I don't know the answer, but there is a hell of a lot of injuries. I mean, Hackney's out, Fry's out, Lennon's out for the season, Foz, McGree, and there's a few others. I think there's about 8 in total. Is it something to do with the training regime, or is it just sheer bad luck? I don't know the answer. The biggest one that I keep questioning is McGree. Where is McGree? What is his problem? How long is he out for? Nobody seems to know the answer to that. When he was fit, see, I'm one of those, I really don't believe anybody. I mean, I've been watching a documentary about somebody in America. It's only came out the last few days, and you see all the hidden evidence. All the top people were all telling lies. It's unbelievable how corrupt the world is. All the top people are all corrupt. That's why they're there. Anyway, yeah, the injuries, it's one of those things. It could be something to do with the training, but I'm not so sure about that. But getting back to McGree, when he was fit, never played. Best player we've got, in my opinion. Best player we've got. Australian International, beat the World Cup. Never started the season, never played. Everybody's questioning, where is he? Then he comes back in the team, done well. Then he gets injured, and then we don't know the longevity. So that leaves me suspicious that if he doesn't play for now to January, odds are he could be off. I might be talking absolute garbage, but I'm sure a lot of Borough fans are thinking the same as me. You know, if you don't get answers, then you're going to start speculating, and that's what happens. But McGree, when he was fit, never played. There was something going on. There's nobody to tell me otherwise. Anyway, so the injuries, that's my reply to the injuries. Scenario Mohammed. Hi Mohammed, hello Bernie, you okay pal? I'm Mohammed, hope you're okay. Brilliant result last night. Every one of them were outstanding. Sunderland fans calling for Mowbray's head tonight. I'd have lost 2-1, I mentioned that. Ipswich, no stopping them yet. Got to beat Leeds, tough game. Well, without a doubt. But getting back to Mugger, my old mate Mugger. Look, the club was talking about getting rid of him. It was in the tip. Don't believe the papers, like. Don't believe the news. Don't watch the news. Don't even buy papers. There was talk about Mowbray. Tony Mowbray, my old mate, was going to be getting dumped last season. And he was up there with us in the playoffs. And Sunderland were beaten by... Yeah, they were beaten. Luton, was it Luton, who are in the Premier League now? But they were having a go at them then. Mowbray's hands are tied, like a lot of coaches. His hands are tied. He doesn't bring in players. He doesn't sell players. That's left to the recruitment mob. And there's some stuff that probably Tony Mowbray's not enjoying. Mugger's a lovely guy, and I always say he's a man of principles and morals and standards, but there's only so much a human being can take before you start thinking, do you know what? This is a nightmare. Saturday against Leeds, no chance. That's for Arthur Bushby. Leeds United, best team in the Championship. I think you're a Leeds fan, that's 2 Leeds mentions. Borough fans, good evening, Bernie. Good win, hopefully followed up on Saturday. And even that's for Borough fan, and Stephen Horn says, evening, Bernie, good performance in the first half for a change. Yeah, last night, going back to the game, Borough were good. Weren't great, but were good. Attack-minded, could have scored more than 4. I mean, when it went 2, I was saying to the lads running about me, I said it'll be 5. Should have been 5, should have been 6, could have been 7. That's how good we were. But I had to say, how we are still a point behind them. They were garbage. They were, no taking it away from us, we were good. They all looked the same build. They looked overweight, slow, sluggish. Do you know what they looked like? And I'm not having to go us. You can only beat us in front of you, and we were far superior than them. Totally deserved the victory. But they looked to me as if they were overweight, had been on a Christmas party, drink the sherry, and had a good night out and turned up. Some of them looked like strangers. There was one guy, the right-sided player, caught my attention, the guy with the pigtail. The rest, they couldn't run. Their passing was poor. They were brutal in the last third. And defensively, dear me. Yeah, I think they were on the sherry. But no taking it away for us. But Leeds, talking about Leeds are a good team. They're a well-drilled team. I think their team costs something like 35, 36 million. That's a lot of money. I mean, it's not about that much money, but money plays a major part. And you look at our team. I've never counted our team, but anybody out there that's good at maths and arithmetic, get on your thing and see the valuation of our team now, how much it costs compared to Leeds. But that doesn't mean we go there and get beaten and go, oh, but they cost that. I'm not buying into that one. Kev Naylor says, Preston was shocking last night. Well, I'm glad you've seen the same as me, Kev. You know, I'm not overdoing it. They were awful. You think? I'll read it. Do you think even Justed would get in their team? Do you know what, Kev? I know you love Rudy Justed and you're possessed with him, you can't get him out your head, but I think Justed could play any position for them. That's how bad they were last night. No, they were poor. I mean, I don't know the manager. I heard he played for Tranmere. I heard he's got a bit of an attitude and fancies himself and yeah, Jack the Lad type of guy. I don't know him for Adam, but I've spoken to a few guys in the game and they've told me about his character. So guys like that deserve it. Do you think the stud design nowadays is contributing to injuries? No, given the pitch. One they are dug and only give would be in the joint, knee, ankle. Well, I don't wear the modern boots, but I know what the modern boots are like. They're flimsy, the lightweight. I would like to wear them. Don't forget the metatarsal. When I played, nobody had mentioned. If it says metatarsal, you think it was something to do with your ass. Metatarsal. I think, was it Rooney was one of the first to get the metatarsal injury, and then Beckham got it, and then that was the end thing. That was a craze. Everybody had a metatarsal. I don't know how that never appeared for 100 years, and all of a sudden it was the key topic in the anatomy. Preston was shocking, yeah, I mentioned that. Tim Sproston, hiya Tim. You will batter Vale in the cup. We can't score, can't win. It is a bye to the semi-finals. Tim, tell us a bit about yourself. Are you a Port Vale fan? You're obviously clued up on them. Look, people say, who do you want to win? Are you going? I'm going. I've been invited by the club. I've not had the official confirmation yet, but I have been invited. I'm looking forward to it because I love my time at Port Vale. People say, who do you want to win? Come on, it's not even open to debate. Middlesbrough gave me my golden opportunity in football. I played in every division for Middlesbrough. I achieved everything I wanted to achieve at Middlesbrough. I was 8 years here. Teesside, still live in this area. Love it. Love the people. Love the club. So, Middlesbrough. Who do you think I won? Middlesbrough. That's me just being honest. You want me to go, extra time. No, Middlesbrough. I want Middlesbrough to win. I want to progress. And then a bit of the semis. And then hopefully another final at Wembley. I've been to every final Middlesbrough's in. The majority were, well, they all were with the late great Alan Brimley. And the only one we won wasn't at Wembley. It was in Cardiff. Dear God. I'd love to win at Wembley. I think we will beat Leeds. That's for Enzo Reggio. There's no reason why we can't beat them. We proved that against Leicester. People thought Leicester, quick players, Premier League players, spent a lot of money in their team. They're better than us. Hey, they were as good as us in the day, but we scored the all-important goal. And it was a wonder goal, Brazilian-esque, top corner, free kick. So, anything can happen in football. Bit of luck, bad decision. Thank God there's no VAR. I mean, I was sitting with a few lads last night. My wee mate, who's an artist, he was my guest in the Legends Line, Graham Bandera. Big Jeff went, my pal was sitting behind me, referee. There was Hendy, we were all discussing things. And Big Jeff turned it, after our second goal, there was a ball coming for the flank, and the keeper was rooted to the floor, never even moved, and there was mayhem. The ball ended up in the back of the net, and Jeff went, he knows the laws of the game, I don't, nobody does. There's only referees that know it. Only joking, Jeff, if you're watching. And Jeff says, can you imagine that in VAR? And he's right. We'd have all been sitting about for about 15 minutes watching that, what's happening with the goal. And the biggest telltale that VAR is a joke, it's the fans I feel sorry for. I listen to a national radio station most nights. I sit up doing doodle and painting and enjoy that, therapeutic. And I listen to the radio. The two former players, they make me laugh. They remind me a bit of the Legend show. And there's guys coming after games and midweek games and go, are you all right, lads? I was at the game tonight. And can you tell me why the second goal was disallowed? And what was the VAR decision? And what was this and what was that? And I'm thinking, these guys, especially London boys, are paying 70, 80 quid a seat for a ticket. And the goal's getting disallowed left, right and centre. And decisions going. And they're coming away not knowing. Surely the guy that pays 80 quid should know before me sitting in the house watching the telly. Or a guy sitting in a radio station watching the telly. That's what I think is a joke. If you're at the game, there must be a way of letting the fans know. but there isn't, obviously, and it's chaos. The VAR dear me. Did I hear somebody talk about sin bin? Sin bin. I'll just be going to music. I won't be watching football. Aspen Vale legend from Leeds. Yeah, he was, Tim. Oh, I'm pally with Big Neil Aspen. I seen him at a Borough game about 2 years ago. Still the same guy. Great professional. He was the manager at Vale. He was a great player. Yeah, so I'm a big Aspen fan. January, key to Borough season. If we get the right players in, we're going to challenge for the playoffs. So Borough fans that's watching this, what do you think? It's hypothetical, but what do you think Saturday? Does Fry come back in? Does Van den Berg go back to full-back? Or do you keep Van den Berg and McNair in there? And then January comes, Lenihan's out for the season. Do you go and get another centre-back? There's a wee conundrum in the heart of the defence. And up front, for me, January, it's a no-brainer. We need a centre-forward. Latty Laugh last night. Work rate's phenomenal. Pace phenomenal. Touches average. No goals last night. I watched him Saturday. I thought he was off form on Saturday along with a few others. Height lets him down as well. I'm not saying we play big long balls, but Coburn for me was more, he was ruffling more feathers with just his presence against, well, his height and his presence and fairly aggressive, whereas Latty Laugh, he needs certain balls played in a certain way, inside the channels, I don't mean outside, inside right, inside left, and getting onto him, but we didn't seem to serve him well last night. And he wasn't in it, and Saturday he was under par as well. Will he bring Coburn in? Will Carrick bring Coburn in on Saturday? I would. Nick Henderson says, hi Bernie, hi Nick. Bit of a change of subject. Did you have much to do with Terry Venables? Any stories? I'll tell you one in a minute. Was there ever a chance he could have taken over after Robson? Well, I don't know the last question, but obviously when he came in, Terry Venables, without Terry, God rest him, his arrival, in my opinion, and I'm sure the majority of Borough fans with announcer intelligence would say that Venables, without him arriving, would have probably get relegated because we were huffing and puffing, struggling. I don't know if it was Robbo that played a part or Steve Gibson just says, you know what, we're getting somebody in to assist you, Robbo, because Terry was vastly experienced. But my meeting, a story with Terry, I told it in my podcast. Obviously, you've no listened, but Terry Venables joined. I was at the training ground at Hurworth, which is still there now, with late great Ali Brownlee, and we're standing in the reception. I must have been doing an interview or something, and Terry Venables had just come in. He's entered the door and they come over and went, how you doing, Bernie? Shook my hand. I says, how you doing? All the best. That was it. So then a few months rolled on, and we do the game at the Riverside because we did the commentary for the younger viewers. We did the commentary, me and the late great Ali Brownlee, and after every game we do the early phone-in. So I used to do a bit in the programme, the match day programme. I was asked to do it. Non-paying job, asked to do it. I said, okay. But I told the guy who used to phone me, didn't look as if he knew much about football. Because you're at a football club doesn't mean you know anything about football. This guy probably couldn't spell football. That's for another day. So he goes, I says, look, when you ask me questions and I give you my answers, you'll have to dilute it to go with your merchandise. Because I regard programmes, club programmes up and down the country, the world, they're like reading the Beano. There's no bad news. Everything's hunky-dory. You could get gubbed, walloped, humiliated 5 on Saturday, and the programme would say, oh, last week we were unlucky, you know. So for me, it's just a glamour magazine. It's nothing more than that. So anyway, I never ever got a transcript to say, oh, I wasn't happy with that, or you better change that. It's not my job to change it. I'm me. They knew what it was like. Anyway, the Saturday the programme goes out. Well, every Saturday I've read it. Nothing really jumped out at me. Fine. Watched the game. I can't remember the position. I'd be lying. So anyway, after the game, I'm up in the gantry with the late great Ali, then getting into the phone in, and Gary Phillipson, who's in the fan zone now, great lad Gary. Ali goes, we're going down to the pitch side with Gary Phillipson. Alongside him he's got Terry Venables. So Gary says, hello Terry. What about the game today and the result and all that? And Terry went, just let me get this right. That Bernie Slavin should know what he's talking about before he opens his mouth. Well, being me, I'm fiery, and I was saying, oh, here. And I'm ready to give him it. And Ali turns the volume down, and he's going back to me. And he's doing all this. And I'm dying to ever go back and tell him what I'm thinking. And he's every right to. If he's not happy, that's cool. It's the official match day. I get it. So, but I want to give a bit back. Anyway, the Monday comes and I get into Borough Television. We're doing the Borough TV at the time. Different entities. So you've got the club in bed with the radio station. So we can't upset them, or Ali thinks we can't upset them. Then we're at Borough TV, and the guy in charge of Borough TV, a guy called Wilcock, he was no mob. He was very good and tough and strong-minded and willed. And anyway, so we watched we do the phone in, and I said, we've got the clip for Saturday and it shows you Terry Venables. Well, anyway, when I'm in the gantry on a Saturday, I can't see Venables' expressions, but now I can see on the big screen Terry's, the way he's looking and the way he's talking to me, like, yeah, and tell me you know what he's talking about. So Ali couldn't stop me now. So I went, Terry, I've looked at the screen and the cameras are on me, but I said, Terry, if you're watching, Bernie does know what he's talking about. He's been in Teesside 20 odd years, no 2 minutes. Inevitably, next day, phone call, PR man, hello, you're at the programme. And then I joined the Gazette for about 20 odd years. But anyway, Terry Venables, God rest him, massive fan of Terry Venables. I thought he was a great guy, he had likeability, he had charm, he had the gift of the gab. All his teams, whether it was Tottenham or Palace or when he was a short, not so much Middlesbrough, but other teams. Amazing football, how England never won the Euros that year. So, massive fan of Venables. That was just a story, but doesn't mean anything. I don't hold it against him. He's every right to say he's better that. I was giving back. But God rest Terry Venables. He was a real character and opinionated, and football-wise, yeah, magical. So he's a big loss. An 8-year-old is nothing, because Terry Venables always looked smart and he always looking good night, and same way the hotel abroad, Spain or wherever. He always looked tanned and spoke well. Yeah, so big loss for football. But without Terry's arrival here in Teesside, I think we'd have been relegated. It was an embarrassing thing. I remember, sorry to dwell on this, but I remember we won Manager of the Month award, and the people who were handing it over didn't know who to give it to. So they got both Robbo and Terry in the picture. Anyway, absolutely brilliant result. Never expected it, but a bigger test Saturday against Leeds. That will definitely show our mettle for Timmy Leach. It will do that. As I say, going there is, you're in a cauldron. They're really passionate Leeds fans. Well, we are, but Leeds has got something about it, yeah. Stuart Ripley's lad, Connor, is a kid for Vale. Yeah, I know that, Tim. You've got Connor, and you've got the big lad. Is it Big Pizu? Is he up front? How's he doing? And the manager I played with at Darlington. So I know a few of them. I'm looking forward to it. McGree is something wrong with his foot, Colin's right, but he didn't have start the season when he was out the team. He didn't have any injuries start the season. I heard a few rumours, but I wouldn't even repeat them because they were only rumours. But yeah, when he was fit, he didn't play. Now he's no fit, and we don't know his longevity and how long he's out for and whatever. Just maybe it's me. Maybe it's the way I think. You know, as I say, I don't trust anybody, or very few. I trust my dogs, my cat, animals. I trust animals. Don't trust humans. Colin Rich says, a great performance last night, Bernie. Saturday is a tough ask, but I really fancy us to get at least a draw. Good confidence booster going into it, up the Borough, or up the effing Borough. Colin, you're right. I mean, it was important to win last night, and we did it very well and convincingly. As I say, I just thought they were an overweight bunch of Christmas eating mince pies and drinking sherry. They looked like strangers last night. And I don't know how they're above us. I think they're still a point above us. It's because we had such a bad start. Because our run of games has been really good. We've only been beat twice in about a dozen games. We've really done well. But yeah, gone to Leeds. If we were to beat Leeds, that would be another statement. Beating Leicester was a statement of intent, saying, hey, we can beat the best, because they are the best. And the odds are Leicester's going to get promotion. There's no guarantees Leeds are going to get promotion. I would put Leicester before Leeds. Paul McLean, hi Paul. Brilliant performance last night, Bernie, especially first half. Leeds Saturday need to be our best to get anything at Ellen Road. Without a doubt. But we want to come out. I mean, the great thing about us now is we know we are going to go to Leeds and we're going to attack and have a go. That's all we want, innit? You know, it's like Postecoglou, have I finally got his name right, at Tottenham, former Celtic manager. He goes there. I watched the Villa game, last game. I thought Spurs were immense, great in the eye, great to watch. They get beat. But do you know what? The sense in listening to national radios and that, the sense of the Spurs fans, they're just so happy. It's like us under when Rav and Janino and Emerson, all these guys all played. We ended up getting relegated, but there's not a Borough fan would have said that was a bad season. Cup finals, the football, we knew who was playing where, what style we were going to play, what brand it was going to be entertaining, exciting. And obviously we get relegated, but we still enjoyed that season. I did, I watched that every game because I was doing the commentary. So I get how the Tottenham fans are feeling. So if you can do it with a bit of style, I think the fans appreciate it more. If you get beat and you turn it on, if you go there to block things up, show things up, frustrate the opposition, bore the pants off the paying customer, like a Karanka or a Pulis or a Walnut, that's my opinion. You might not agree, but that's my opinion. And you're not winning, then you're going to get everybody coming down on you. But if you're playing with a bit of style and swagger and intention, I think the fans appreciate that. They really do. But the Tottenham fans, they love that I mean, he's not won the last 3 games. He's been done the last 3 games. But how? Yeah. But anyway, I'm not a Tottenham fan. We'll not dwell on them. Crack result, Bernie Joseph slaving. Matt McNeil, you leave the Joseph out just for Sundays, that. Considering that our best player, Hackney, was injured. Yeah, Hackney, as I say, I've never seen any limping or... Did I see him limping? Did he get a slight hammy? I might be lying. But yeah, I'm sure Hackney will be back in the fold Saturday. I don't think it was anything... Probably a precaution. Dale Fry, I don't know. When I first seen Dale's name not in it, I thought, is he injured? Is he out because of Saturday? It could be one or the other. I mean, Fergie, I've talked to former Man United player, Fergie used to tell pokies to the press, oh, so-and-so injured, so-and-so's this, when really he was just dropped, or they were dropped. Markham's 1, Huddersfield 2 tonight. I think I read that out, didn't I? No, I never. Yeah, they lost. Wow. Because we get beat 1-0, wasn't it, Sunderland, and then it was 1 each, so they get beat 2-1. Oh, that's why the Sunderland fans are booing, of course. And even the Burnley, great result. Dick Steele and Vandenberg were quality last night. They have to start on Saturdays to win Milsom. Great to see Jones get a few goals as well. Hopefully we get a result against the Leeds scum. He uses the word scum. You can't say that. It's only a word. On Saturday up the Borough. Yeah, Jones, I mean, this is the most frustrating thing about Jones. I talked to loads of Borough fans, loads of my mates travel the country, Europe when they were in Europe. Jones, we know he's got it, but he goes for, in the same game, he can go for a pub player to a great player. Then he can beat 2 men and get a great ball in or score a goal. And then the next 15 minutes, he sloppy passes away and gets caught in possession and trips over the ball. He's infuriating at times. I mean, if he didn't play last night, I wouldn't have said anything about Carrick. I'd have thought Jones wasn't good on Saturday. There was 3 players that stuck out for me that didn't perform against Bristol, and Jones was one of them. But last night he was terrific. He was at his best. We know he's got it, and he knows he's got it, but we need to see it more often. We need to see it consistently for the duration of a game rather than dipping in and out of games. And the amount of times he goes to the ground, he's forever on his ass. Always on his ass. That's one thing I would be talking to him about. Forget diving. Sometimes he does get filled, but a lot of times he's just going for it. He's bigger than that. He's not a young kid now, you know what I mean? Good win against a poor team on the night, but 4 goals will do for me and the Borough fan to Colin Fry. Without a doubt, Colin, no matter who's in front of you, 4 goals on the night. As I say, if I was a striker last night and didn't get on the score sheet, I'd have been majorly disappointed. Because they were garbage in defence. They had more holes in it than Rob Nisbet's string vest. They were poor. Couldn't keep chickens out of pen. Now you do that with chickens. I've had chickens. I couldn't keep them out of pen. I couldn't tell. Mohammed says, thoughts with Terry Venables and family. So sad that he passed away. The fans were brilliant, showing the respect at the game last night. They were. And they should be. Terry Venables, one of England's top ever managers. London boy. Played the game. As I say, charismatic, charming. He had the lot, had it in abundance. It's unbelievable when you look at the England thing. Nearly won the Euros, and then no long after that, he went in a puff of smoke, didn't he? I mean, I think it was 1 or 2 things going on off the field, but I like Venables. Matt Wilson says, fantastic result last night, Bernie. It's just what we needed before 2 very tough games against Leeds and Ipswich. Let's go, and hopefully we are travelling back with 3 points up the borough. Bernie, Matt and Jojo. Matt and Jojo travels the country, like a few of my mates. No matter where we're playing, they travel the country, get back at all hours in the morning. The expenditure must be unbelievable. I can only suggest, Matt, you've got a good job, but you're a bank robber. No, seriously, the admiration I've got for guys like yourself, where you travel the country and invest in the club you love. So hopefully for you, we can get something that leads, and then obviously thereafter. Kieran J. Campbell says, I thought we looked far more balanced. I think Banguera, is that how you pronounce the lad's name, is there to stay. I tell you what, his goal last night, I don't know if he shanked it or he meant it or he gave the keeper the eyes, but it was a great goal. So the 4th goal for Middlesbrough, if you didn't see it, Banguera's come up the left, he's cutting onto the right. I'm thinking he's going to, probably a lot of people, that he's going to hit it across the keeper into the bottom left-hand corner, and he's swung it the other side, the inside right post. It's a great finish. I don't know if he meant it, but it was a great goal. You know, my day, if you went through and the keeper seen your eyes, you would look at the keeper. Believe it or not, you look at the keeper. If it's 1-1 and the keeper's running at you, keep your cool composure as a front man, and you used to look at the keeper's eyes and look here. So if I look to his right, and you would put it on the other side, or you look to the left and you put it on the opposite side. That's what a lot of good centre forwards do. The likes of that laugh. I think he needs to calm down a bit, get more composed, put the reins on. Whoa, calm down. Centre forwards who are ruthless and articulate in around the box are calm. Like taking a Prozac or a Valium. Just calm and pick your spot and keep your cool. I still think guys who's quick, like Laugh, like Traore, rash, through what? Rash. No cool and composed, and here you go, just stroke it into the net. Danny Bagara, God rest him. Danny Bagara used to be coach. He used to say, treat the ball like a lady. Don't just got him, we use the word fuck it, but don't just got him wallop it. Treat it like a lady, caress it. He was Argentinian, he was a great coach, by the way. He came under Bruce Rare. He was actually, when I played for Port Vale, who we face soon in the Cup, Danny Bagara, when Port Vale went to Wembley for the Autoglass, Danny Bagara was the manager of Stockport. He walked out with John Rudge. But Danny Bagara, he was some boy. He was a great coach. Could Big Uche Pizu get his first goal for Vale against the Borough? Oh, don't say that. Has he not scored yet? How many games has he played, Tim? You know, I will look nearer the time, do my homework, but I've not really looked. I'm not that interested in Big Pizu. I thought he'd be a bit of a cult hero. He came here, scored a couple, just looked a real battling ram and up for it, and waving the crowd, and I thought he's going to be a bit of a cult hero, this lad, and then gone. Stephen Robbins says, hi Bernie, hi Stephen. I'm going to get laughed at with this, but I think Latte Laugh will turn out to be a good signing. Hey, we all got Akpom wrong. I was one of them. I told Akpom when I did the chat with him, Akpom for 2 years was poor. We get loaned out, he wasn't here pure 2 years, but the times I've seen him, and my teammates, our former teammates, guys that know a bit about the game, would all go, not very good, him. And then he turned out unbelievable. Amazing. So it depends what manager's in charge and what style of football you play. Maybe we play too much football for Latte Laugh. Maybe he likes the ball over the top with his pace to get in there. We like to pass the ball around. It depends. I mean, Akpom would not have flourished if it was a Karanka in charge, the guys I mentioned earlier, or a Pulis, or a Warnock. He wouldn't have done it. No chance. And by the way, he's doing well at Ajax now. Ajax turned it round. They've got a new manager in. He's scored. He's wearing the number 10 shirt. Was that not the shirt for Ajax for Bergkamp? He's wearing the number 10. I think he scored 5. You know, people were talking a couple of months ago, oh, get him back. He's not doing it. And, well, we have him back now. So we don't want him back. Players that go, leave them. We're not a charity club. If it doesn't work out, we bring them back. And anyways, he's doing well. So good luck to you, Chuba. Tom Corrigan, my old mate. Who do I complain to about being called pasty, and ginger on your podcast? Tom's the boxing trainer for Big Michael Webster. I did a podcast with Webber, he's nicknamed, who absolutely robbed in Manchester a week Saturday. robbed. If you've seen it, if you didn't, look at it. He's a Borough lad. This was he went from cruiserweight to heavyweight. He beat the English champion, and then he got done in points. Anyway, during the chat with Webber, which you can listen in Total BS for free, Webber did, when talking about Tom, one of his coaches is Dennis, guy with the tash who carries a blue tin. No, it's no tablets, it's in its money. Or maybe it is blue tablets. But Big Webber called him a pasty ginger so-and-so. Yeah, go and see your solicitor, Tom. There's nothing I can do about it. Webber says I never encouraged him. I didn't encourage him to say, but you're ginger and you're pasty. He's just been honest. That's the thing. People are offended if you tell the truth. You're ginger and pasty. So be you, man. You want at Wembley against Stockport with us? You want at Wembley? Yeah, Tim, I played that game myself. I was actually talking to Paul Kerr the other day. I was hoping he was going to the Borough Port Vale game, but I don't think he is. He's too busy, too much work on. He's a bright lad, Nookie. But he scored that day. Myself scored, and we won the cup. I'd played at Wembley with Middlesbrough, never won. Then I played with Port Vale, won that, so that was great, scored. And then the next game we played West Bromwich Albion. Ozzy Ardiles was in charge of them. It was a full house at Wembley, playoff final. And Big Peter Swan, Port Vale player, gets sent off after 20 minutes and we get done 3. Yeah, so that was a bad memory at Wembley, that, getting done. Then I went with the Republic and the squad under the late great Jack Charlton. And I think, was it now Quinnett scored? Lineker scored for England, 1 each European Championship game. Mohammed says, he will guarantee you to have a say in the game. I loved him at Middlesbrough. He will guarantee you have a say. I loved him at Middlesbrough, yeah. Don't change your winning team. Yeah, here's the thing, Robert Sims. Well, I think we will. I've always been in that mentality. You know, if I score 2, I expect to play against Leeds on Saturday. I'm sure Jones will be in, but sometimes that doesn't happen. You score 2 and you're out the next game. In my day, you called it dropped. These days, you call it, oh, you're having a rest or tactics. But I think, so we won 4, kept a clean sheet. Well, that's better than we did at Bristol. So, should the lads, they've earned the right to deserve it. But Hackney deserves to get back in if he's fit, because he's been great again this season. And that's his position. He's had to miss it because he's got a slight injury. But I expect a couple of changes Saturday. No, leave it alone regarding the defence, Matt McNeil. So leave the defence. Yeah. Yeah. Andrew Benson said, I think we signed a right back, a striker, are top of the list. He doesn't fancy Dick Steele, and Latty Laugh isn't prolific. But Latty Laugh again, some people take it longer to settle in. It took me from the November to the May to settle into Middlesbrough, and I'm only for up the road. Latty Laugh comes for a wee bit further than that, and Middlesbrough's a bit of a culture shock. I think it's a culture shock if you live in the place, let alone come in as a visitor. So, and I love it. I'm still here 30 years on, but I'm being honest. The change and transformation in this area is unbelievable. We've got some lovely bits, but by God, there's bad bits all over. Ian Plumpton says, good evening, Bernard. I like getting called Bernard. How would you prepare the team for Saturday if you were Carrick? How would I prepare it? I'd put Hackney back in for sure, and I'd put Coburn up front. They're the two positions that I would definitely change. Dick Steele would be a big gamble at full back, so they bring Dale Fry back and put Van den Berg back to his position, or the out of position, but his position he's played since he arrived. I think probably he would do that. That's what I think. And I would probably disagree with that. But I would bring Coburn in, because you know it's going to be a Yorkshire derby. Some people don't regard it, but it's a Yorkshire derby, and yeah, I don't think we like each other. I mean, this night there was where I live, up in the middle, where all the sheep and that there's Leeds flags fly about here all the time. I think what's going on? Leeds. Teesside's nearer than Leeds, but a lot of Leeds fans up here. I'd like to see them if we walk them. I can't see us getting anything this Saturday if Belazer and Howson play together. That's a Borough fan, and where I don't think Engel could do the same job. Well, see, there's still the lads that we brought in this summer. We just have to open 7 games. 7 games. We didn't win a game. People were writing them off. They're this or that. You can't judge anybody. 12, 14 games as a team, I kept saying we'll get an idea. We've got an idea now. We're playing half-decent football. We're back on track. I still don't think we're good enough for the top 6. But a stroke of luck, unfortunately, we will be. But if we get a couple of players in who we need desperately, centre-forward, paramount, then I think that could rubber stamp us getting in that top 6. I don't think we'll be top 2. And talking about recruitment, I heard, who was it? I heard somebody the other day saying, it was a great quote. Recruitment, years ago, recruitment was when you went out as a scout, a talent spotter, and brought wee Joe Smith for a council estate in Middlesbrough, and so for Redcar, so for Norton and Thornaby, and you get them in and put them in the kids team, and then they would progress. Cloughie and Campbell and all these guys, all borough lads. But it's a form of shopping now, because there's very few come through that door. We brought a lot of young lads in. We've got an academy full of young lads, but we've brought young lads in who are in the team now and on the bench who cost money. So it's a form of shopping, because to shop you need money. So the recruitment's watered down. Years ago, many years ago, clubs had no money. Oh, Middlesbrough had no money. You used to go cap in hand to get players. I mean, Palace, a set of strips. As I say, I think that's why they took Jones off last night. I think they didn't want a hat-trick, they couldn't afford the ball. That's what I heard. No, I'm joking. Keith Short says, drop Fry, Van looked composed last night at centre-back. I would also leave Anthony at right-back. Do you think McNair will get a new contract? Or run his contract down? Well, we don't get rid of him. I think the club, my own opinion, I was right with Ashpop, and there was no way he was going to stay. And the club would definitely not want him to stay because of the contractual situation, and they could cash in, and they did that. McNair, I think McNair's done brilliant to get back in the team, in their merit. He'd won title last night when it was 0-0. The lad got away from him, and I thought, this lad's going to get a shot off here. And he made a great recovery and tackle. So he did well to get back in the team. He's in there in merit. He's as good as anybody at the minute at centre-back position. He's in there in merit. Will he get a new contract? My opinion, no. No chance. Definitely not. Why? Because he's meant to be one of the highest earners at the club. And that, for me, is a pointer to the exit door. When you're top billing when it comes to wages. Yeah, so I'll say Paddy will be gone. I wish him all the best. We will try our damnedest to get rid of him in January. I think that's a definite. Paddy obviously has to agree. Paddy can say, I'm not going anywhere. I'll sit here if you don't want to play me. I'll sit tight, and then you'll have to shift me end of season, and I'll walk away a free agent and make the money that you would get in January, I'll get for myself. You remember who done that? Oh, there's a few better players done that other years. Was at the game last night. Great performance from the lads. I think Crooks is quite underrated by the base, by fan base. He's fantastic. This is from Coney. Crooks was good last night. Look, Crooks has got great engines, box to box. He's got energy. He's got an eye for goal. He can create things. He's cumbersome at times. He blows a gasket at times late on in games. But the big man's a handful. He is. I'd like to see Jones try to get through the middle like he did last night. Yeah, when Jones scored, one of the lads thought it was Latty Laughing. And somebody went, no, it's Jones. Because two of them are sort of similar height and the movement similar. And Jones is fairly quick. I wouldn't say he was quick as Latty Laugh. But because Jones was coming into the middle. And that's why he's getting the goals, because he's moving his position and the man's not marking him. He's watching shadows and he's sleeping in, and Jones is away doing the business. 2-1 to the Borough on Saturday. Enzo, I tell you what, if you put your money on it, would you put your house on it? Here is a little stat for you, Bernie. No team have won more championship points than Middlesbrough in 2023. Didn't know that, Michael. Fair dues. I'll check it out. As I say, I don't believe anybody. I'll have to check it out. You're talking about, I was going to call you the stat man. I remember we were doing a clip for Borough TV. I can't believe Middlesbrough's not got their own station now. I really can't. We were the very first club in football, and you can check it out. Can't even remember the date, but me and Ali were involved. There was a pilot with Janino, Craig Higdon, myself, Dave Roberts was there, Ali Brownlee. And anyway, they were playing at the time. They were only in for the to try it out. And me and Ali started hosting it, and then it took off. and now we're away behind everybody. I mean, the game on Saturday, Bristol's even got a television thing. Surely Middlesbrough should have one. But anyway, I remember we were doing a segment. I used to do Benny's About, so I would talk to players, managers, former players, up-to-date players. And Ali and me would go around chatting to fans and other people. Anyway, there was a guy who called himself the Stat Man, that he was like a mystic Meg. Ask him about a question, about anything in the history, he would get the answers. So we met up with him in the Riverside in one of the boxes. Just keep in mind there when I seen Stat. So we're sitting there and the cameras are rolling. We're recording it, but obviously it's recorded as live. So Ali goes, okay, and Stat Man, are you coming? He's saying, yeah, I know everything about the club. So he's getting it big ones. So Ali read out the question, got it right. That's great. So then Ali asked another question. And the guy got it wrong. And Ali went, are you sure? And the guy went, yeah, I'm sure. And Ali said, well, sorry, that's wrong. So then he asked him a third question. Got it wrong again. And then he asked him the fourth question, he got wrong again. And he ended up, the Statman, I don't know where he is these days, he might be watching this. The Statman, the kid on Statman went, oh, can you not put it out? Can we start again? Anyway, didn't happen. Nick sends, all the better teams now play Premier League and the relegated teams have only had a few months of championship. Laugh out loud. But Jones could be the surprise packing again. I'm kind of stuck with keeping the forward line the same versus Preston North End as Leeds. At Leeds also looks slow at the back. Yeah, defensively, there's no real pace in the defence. There's no real pace. If we play a team that had a ball over the top and we pushed on, then we get done. Sometimes it looks as if we're treading water. Great to see John Henry with you last night. Brings back memories of you interviewing Hendy on the Borough and couldn't stop laughing about Dunn's bum, Daniel Richards. Yeah, that was another story, wasn't it? Because John Henry, another story about Henry. Bit of fun as well. John Henry, great player for Middlesbrough, scored the best goal ever seen when he beat 5-6 players, one box to the other at Ersum against Millwall. I always took the credit, well, I took it but I didn't get it, saying I took the markers away, which was a load of old tosh. Great goal. So I go to Weatherby and I meet Hendy in the Leeds Hotel for the Borough TV. Anyway, Hendy had been on holiday with the club and Hendy had won too many and he ended up sleeping on the beach. And then he woke up late in the morning, sun was just rising, he never made the bedroom, he slept in a lounger. And the lads, some of the lads who were out late, noticed him. He was lying, his belly facing the sky, and they turned him round, pulled his pants down, and literally, and Hendy was so out of the game that the sun rose, that was all it rose, and he ended up with 3rd degree burns on his backside. Hendy told the story, it was in his book and he's told it. It's not a private thing, otherwise I wouldn't be telling you. Hendy's told it publicly, he tells it in stories. And I interviewed him this day and I said, so who looked after you? And he went, I said, who looked after your bum and that? And it's a bit, he said, Dr. Dunn. I said, he had a fair bum. I actually still see Dr. Dunn. But anyway, Hendy's good now, he can sit, he's fine. Here's a little, yes, I've mentioned that. Even Burnley, great result performance and up to 10th in the table now, up the Borough. We're up to 10th, yeah, brilliant. As I say, we're 3 points off the top 6, 7 points off the bottom 6. So, yeah, 10 minutes already. Wow, we're flowing by. I've not had time to read these. I'm back Saturday, I'll read them Saturday, if they're valid. Pamela Tumble says, Crooks was amazing. He gets criticised, but the number of assists he's involved in, underrated, my opinion. Yeah, as I've always liked Crooksy, he's honest. You know, there is time the fans have got on his case, but the fans got on everybody's case. I know his worth. Don't forget, one season he was a top scorer, playing on the right side. Now he's playing in the number 10 role. I would still personally like to see Laugh in the 10, or McGree with big Coburn up front. I would still like to see that. I don't know why we've never tried that. Because my thought process is, when we play the ball into the big man, Coburn, he will hopefully hold up, and he's quite good despite his age and up against 2 cents. He brings it down, and Laugh could go and link in because he's got the pace to bomb forward and link in with him, and then retreat when they get the ball, retention of the ball. So I think that would work, but we've never seen it yet, so it might not work. Signing of Benny Joseph Slevin, looking forward to hosting you at Vale Park. Signing of Benny Joseph Slevin, yeah. listened to him. I enjoyed my time at Port Vale. I remember, I don't know where all the stories are coming from, people's triggering my thoughts. I remember signing for Port Vale, and my first game was Leyton Orient away, and we were boarding the bus, and I was uptight, and I didn't want to move. I was forced, so I had to go. Anyway, first game away from home, Leyton Orient, and we're boarding the bus, and John Rudd's the manager, who's getting a statue made of him. Hopefully there is enough where he's got a book out. Can't remember the name of it. John Rudd's the manager of Port Vale, one of the longest serving managers, well respected by Brian Clough and all these guys, the Bald Eagle. Hopefully he gets the thing. So anyway, we're boarding the bus, and John Rudge goes, Bernie, there's the chief exec wanting to talk to you on the phone. I said, talk to me. What chief executive? Middlesbrough. I went, all right then. I went, hello. Listen, could you sign, before you board the bus, could you sign this form saying you'll say nothing against the football club? I says, no, I ain't signed any form. I says, what do you mean sign a form? That you'll not say anything? I says, if I want to say something, I'll say it. If I don't, I won't, and I never. I says, so I won't be signing it. I said, and by the way, you want rid of me. It's not me wanting to go. So if you want me to sign this and you're not happy with it because I'm not, I'll be back. Anyway, put Roger back on and never signed it. But I never says anything again. I had nothing bad to say about Middlesbrough. My grievances with one or two other people, which have now disappeared. I talked to the people now and we got on fine. There's no problem now. Good one last night, Benny. I watched it on the Fire Stick Sky Glass app. Really good game. It was, Daniel. It was a good game. Well, for us anyway, if I was watching it in their part, I think, come on, Borough, on Saturday, it will be a hard game. Nick Henderson said, you say you don't listen to local radio? I don't. But you have heard the Keane Scott interview. Have you heard? No, I haven't. No. No, well, I would like to ask Keane Scott questions. I think I'm more hard-hitting than the BBC, the Bone Broadcasting Company. Come on. In bed with the club, you're not going to get anything out of that. I don't need to listen to that. So, no, I don't listen to local radio. He came across very genuine, sounds like him and the coaching staff are in sync. Yeah, him and the coaching staff, well, hopefully they are in sync. They'll be in sync now. The first 7 games, I bet they were in sync. Once it starts turning around, everybody's hunky-dory again and all things. Why has it kept going like this for the duration? He would be gone. Carrick could have been gone. That's how fragile it is. Don't get me wrong, in the Keane Scott's defence, I don't know him. I've seen him, don't know him, never spoke to him, he's never looked my way. I've known he's been in and around, but he's not made eye contact, so fine, that's cool. So I know who he is, but I don't know a great deal about him. But in his support, he could be the best talent spotter in Europe. But when he goes to the money guys, Steve Gibson, who I respect greatly, and the chief exec, Bowser, when he goes there, they can stop him every time. He could go with 20 players, the greatest players in Europe, go there, and they'll go, well, how much is he? Oh, no chance, see you later. And he cannot blossom. So he'll be fighting tooth and nail as well to try and get players in for Carrick. But the thing I keep saying, recruitment, like Mowbray, my mate at Sunderland, he does the exact same, and all except the Peps and guys like that. The rest of them are not managers or coaches, which means, I keep saying this, it's bone repetitive, but I'll say it again because some people may have not heard me. This recruitment team bring in players that you don't necessarily want, and you're asked to coach them. Use your position as coach them, get the best out of them. I'm telling you, they're good, but when they go tits up and they don't blossom and they're a nightmare. Look at Piero, who brought him in? Never in a million years was that Warnock. 5 million quid down the River Tees. Nobody went, I brought him in. They all went hiding, but I know it wasn't Warnock who brought him in. So that's what you're up against. If these guys are getting blocked with the top guys and the coach gets sacked, then they should get sacked as well. Because they're getting, if I'm the coach and you're giving me duds and I'm trying my best to coach them, and it's just not happening for whatever reason, why should I carry the can for you giving me duds? And that's where I've got this grievance against guys in that position, because they stay under the radar. The coach gets the blame, the right-hand man gets the blame, and he goes away scot-free. No pun in the name. McNair is by far the biggest earner at the club, apparently double what anyone else is on. Yeah, so you get rid of him in January, cash in, don't spend the cash, that's as another man down. Would you rather do that and get the money? See, this is what makes me laugh about fans. A lot of fans invest more time talking about the financial structure of the club, which I never get involved in because I don't know it. They talk more about the money and, oh, we sold him and we're going to get 20 million and let's get 12 for them. And then we don't see it again. Because I don't know the financial structure. We made bills up to here. I don't know. But fans talk like, oh yeah, let's get cash in. Cash in and don't spend it. Or don't get the players you want. What's the point in that? I hope McNair's here at the end of the season. Because hey, look, Lennon's out for the season. If we don't bring a replacement centre-half, we move Van der Berg, then we're short on the full-back positions as well. And we need a centre-forward. Colin says, Dick Steele, Van der Berg, either Matt Clark or McNair, Banguera would be my back line. Need Dick Steele for his pace. Dick Steele's fairly quick, yeah. As Leeds have a few pacey players. That's one thing Leeds have got. Leeds are direct and they are pacey. They've got probably 3 or 4 whippets. Well, not quite whippets, maybe gazelles. What's this I've been sent? Some link. I'll come back to that later. Look, cricket. I thought it was Jiminy Cricket. Look, I don't like cricket. Bernie, I like crickets, but not cricket. Bernie, I thought it was a slow start of the game. We kind of sized up to them, but Preston, for me, looked the worst team we have played this season. I thought we were patient, and the runs it made opened them up. Though the build-up play was class, fantastic result. That's a good assessment. Look, as I say, we were good. We passed the ball. I don't think we were great, but we were good. And 4 goals is great. And keeping a clean sheet by your standards is great. And 3 points on the board and sitting mid-table, 10, great. But they were poor. And I would probably disagree with that. They're one of the worst teams I've seen. They all just looked, they all looked the same size, build, and looked pretty plump. As I say, they looked to me as if they'd been on the mince pies and sherries, had a night out and turned up and sort of forgot the positions and what they were meant to do. That's what it looked like to me. Bringing up McNair's wages, I think that's why he'll be gone. I keep him past this season. Again, the financial thing, maybe he's on astronomical money in the club saying, you know what, it's not worth it, you know. So the club will try to cash in. There's no doubt about that. But Paddy's been a great professional for us. He's been here right a few years. He's been successful here. He's been loyal. He's never caused any problems. You never read any bad press about him. I've never met the guy, but he looks a good guy. And whenever I see Northern Ireland plays, he seems to play well for Northern Ireland. Neil O'Donnell says, hey Bernie, love watching your show in Perth, Australia. Can you say hi to my 2 boys, Sam and Max? Sam and Max, I wish I was in Australia. It's Baltic over here. I think is it somewhere over there? Neil, tell us what part of Australia. Oh, well, Perth, he says Perth. There's a Perth outside Glasgow, you know that, don't you? Yeah, Perth, Australia. I've never been to Perth. I've been to Brisbane, been to Sydney, and one other place. Brisbane, Sydney, somewhere else, can't remember. But anyway, hey, Sam and Max, I hope your dad's converted you into Borough fans. Hi Bernie, Jeff the Copper, massive Borough fan. Went a charity walk many years ago with Jeff. Not met him for a long time, but I always remember him as Jeff the Copper. Character, Borough fan, nutcase, in a nice way. Hope you're well, Jeff. Hope to God Jed Spence don't play well for Leeds at the weekend. Oh, I'm forgetting about that as well. Right, I'll read a few of these out and then that's so because we've only got a minute. I'll read one lot and I'll try and keep. Tom says Bernie Jones was back to his best last night. He was. I've said that throughout. I think Jones he's frustrating at times because we know he's got it, but sometimes he goes to the ground too easy. He trips. He doesn't beat the first man. And he can be frustrating, give the ball away willy-nilly. And then other times he's explosive, he's direct, he's creative. Last night, 2 great goals, could have the match ball. So, well done. Joe says, I was a bit miffed as to the lineup last night. No Hackney, no Fry. Well, Van de Beek, we mentioned, he did well, didn't he? He did very well. Mickey says, I thoroughly enjoyed the Legends Lounge, which you hosted last night. Loved the banter. I laughed when you described the Preston performance. Oh, described it tonight. I just says they looked overweight. They looked plumpy. Too many Christmas pies. Dan said I described it. Oh, no, I did. Jones was superb last night and 2 great goals, Bernie. Yeah, as I say, I would have liked to have seen him staying on and getting his hat trick. I love nothing better. I know how it feels. When I see players getting taken off, I think, come on, why are you not just leaving them on? When Bill Bezic was here, the Psycho Bill, we used to call him, he used to encourage McLaren, don't let anybody glamorise the whole occasion. It's a team. It's not an individual thing. It's not I, it's we, meaning including the whole team. Messi never gets taken off. Ronaldo never gets taken off. Big clubs don't take players off. Neil says, Bernie, you're a tosser. You only scored goals, you were crap. Fair enough. I thought that was the name of the game. I thought that's why the groundsman used to erect, if you don't mind the terminology, the goals and put the net on. I thought that's what you meant to do. Can't please everybody. I'm a tosser. Frank says, Christmas approaching. Did you enjoy the period as a player? To Frank, not really, Frank. Why did I not enjoy it? Because you were locked away. Even at home games, we used to stay in hotels when you were local. Some of the lads had families. You'd have to get into a hotel, stay overnight, locked in a room with your roommate. You weren't mixing, you weren't allowed a drink, even a soft drink. You had to go to bed, curfew at 10. I don't think that was great preparation, but that's what we had to do. And then the other thing was, I've told this story, I think, last Christmas, but I've got new people that watch and listen. So I'm vegan, but back then I was eating chicken, turkey, whatever, meat. And it was my first year in Middlesbrough. And we're in the big communal bath, bogging, couldn't see the bottom of the bath. It's only a foot deep, it was that dirty after the game. And then somebody went, oh, by the way, there's a bottle of wine and a turkey in there for everybody. So once we heard that, being Scottish, I was like, oh, here, ready, dried, half dried, got the gear on it. Me and Pally ran in, got the biggest turkey. As I say, I cringe now thinking about it because, as I say, I'm vegan. But anyway, that was it. I got it, I could hardly get it in the car. I'd go home, take it in, wouldn't fit in the oven. Anyway, I'm glad it doesn't fit in the oven. And the other one was, we were sponsored by Heritage Hampers. Every player, don't forget back then we were on a few hundred quid, not thousands of pounds, and we were a good team and local. But getting a hamper was like giving $1,000. So we'll get a hamper, big hamper. Heritage Hampers was the sponsors, hamper each, and we all got them in our arms. And Bruce came in and went, right, put them down. We'll gain them to the old folk. Some of the lads had probably told them this because we were getting them in advance. We didn't get them. We had to give them to the old folk. I hope the old folk enjoyed them. It was a great idea. It was a great gesture for Bruce, but some of the lads were struggling, you know what I mean? Still eating spam back then. Howson's playing out of his skin. Do you agree, Bernie? Howson, I don't think he's going to be a regular because of his age. I still think he gives it his full whack. I think he's a great professional. And he'll still play a massive part of the season. So where are we here then? And that's me finished. I've overshot the run maybe 3 minutes. Very sad news about Terry Venables. Yeah, we mentioned that. Where are we? Cole, where the hell's McGree? Oh, I'm not getting involved in that. As I say, nobody knows. There's a big hole in Linthorpe Road and everybody seems to be falling down it. There's about 8 fell down it already. Now, McGree's a bit of a mystery. Don't really know his injury. We didn't know Linehan's how severe that was then, but we were told a week ago that he's out for the season. And, you know, good luck to Linehan. He did very well when he came. Cheers, Bernard. Cheers, Colin. And the last one, Wooly. I don't know if it's Big Wooly or Wee Wooly, but Wooly says, Leeds United on Saturday. That will be what? That will be the most difficult game. It'll be more difficult than last night, that's for sure. Have you any memories? Yeah, my memories of Leeds, I think I told you, I remember going there and getting beat 1-0. It was my very first game in the Middlesbrough shirt. Beat 1-0, I think former Celtic player George McCluskey scored the goal. And there was a hostile atmosphere. I just remember that. But my best memory against Leeds was playing at Elson Park in the Premier League, 92, today's Premier League. They were the champions. Cantona was playing that day, King Eric, and we beat them 4-1. So get that right up, you Leeds fans. I know there's a few up here. If you're watching, get it right up, these Leeds. McGree don't want to go to Asian Cup. Laugh out loud. Right, listen, thanks very much for joining us. I'm back again on Saturday after the Leeds game. I'll be about 6 o'clock. It's a away game. Good luck to Borough. Well done, Borough, last night. Well done, the fans. Tell you what, the fans last night, braving it. Baltic, wasn't it? Baltic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Back again Saturday. Up the Borough. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for watching.